Green Machine, the slightly gross truth about turning your food scraps into green energy. Written by Rebecca Donnelly, illustrated by Christophe Jaques. Composting is cool. In this book, discover the innovation and science that transform food waste into green energy. See how food scraps are collected, composted, and processed, creating biogas and electricity from trash. It's a green machine. Celebrate sustainability and learn about the important role we humans can play in the energy cycle. Food grows and food goes from the farm to the town to the market, the kitchen, the plate. We meet and we eat. When we're done, there's a mound of scraps left from all that we ate. We pick out slick pits, crunchy husks, chewed on cobs, empty pods, stringy stalks, and bruised fruit. They sit in the bin in a soft, soggy blob till the truck picks them up on its route. Call it Peels on Wheels or Truck Full of Yuck. It's a food scraps collection machine. It takes all the waste and some slime and some muck to a place where the garbage goes green. A place where the waste isn't wasted. A tank with the power to power our town, where trash becomes gas. And good riddance, that stank. That's the power of food breaking down. Inside this vast tank is a puddle of sludge, a wet mess, gooey, sewery soup. It's airtight in there, no oxygen for these bugs, tiny microbes that eat food plus poop. Machines grasp and glean trash that's not the right type, bits of plastic and metal and junk. What's left is ground down, so it slides down through the pipes to combine with the rest of the gunk. Just add the scraps. Could that odor get any worse? And some liquid to mix them all in. The bugs in the sludge do their slow, murky work. Anaerobic digestion begins. The goop stays for days in the tank in the dark while the biogas forms. Bubble, blub. Gas feeds the engine to generate sparks. Electricity made from old grub. It flies through the wires, making light, making heat. We gather in gathering dusk. Celebration again. We meet and we eat. When we're finished, we gather the husks. And the process continues. So follow the food energy, starting right here. Composted food scraps are collected and transported to a processing plant. Food scraps are cleaned of garbage and ground up. Mixed with liquid, the food scrap sludge goes into the anaerobic digester where the bugs get to work. Biogas is produced and captured in this tank, and the gas travels through a pipe from the tank to a generator where it is processed to make electricity. Electricity is fed into the energy grid available to light, heat, and power homes. And then it all just starts over again. It's a cycle, one of the many cycles on our planet. So, why do we need green energy? We need energy for many things in our lives: lighting, heating, cooking, running our appliances and electronics, and lots more. We can get that energy from non-renewable sources such as coal and natural gas, which are limited and will eventually run out, or from renewable sources such as wind, sun, water, and biogas, which are naturally replenished. By using renewables or green energy, we can make sure that there are plenty of resources now and in the future. Biogas is a particularly useful energy source because it comes from food and farm waste, keeping the material out of our landfills. When food waste breaks down in a landfill, it releases methane, a gas that contributes to climate change. By capturing methane in an anaerobic digester, we can keep it out of the atmosphere and put it to work. How anaerobic digestion works. In anaerobic digestion, microbes in airless environments convert material from plants and animals into a biogas, a mixture of methane and carbon dioxide. This process happens naturally in bogs, ocean and lake bottoms, landfills, even cows' digestive tracts. In a human-made digester, anaerobic digestion takes place in a sealed tank where the microbes break down food, manure, and other organic matter. The microbes in a warm and oxygen-free environment to create the biogas, which is turned into energy. Biogas can be used just like natural gas, propane, or any other kind of fuel. It can be burned directly for heating and cooking, or it can burn in an engine that generates electricity. And there are different types of anaerobic digesters. There's a food waste type that makes biogas using food scraps from restaurant, kitchens, grocery stores, and other places that handle food, like schools. And these digesters often use the energy they make to operate without producing enough energy for other uses. Their main job is to keep food waste out of landfills. Although, if they are large enough, they can produce enough biogas too. You couldn't power your home from just the food waste your family makes, but when you start bringing together a whole community's food scraps, it adds up. A digester that runs on food waste will produce more energy per pound of scraps than one that runs on farm waste or wastewater from towns. That's because food contains more energy than waste, about 3 times as much, according to one study. Think about it. Manure is basically food that has been digested once through an animal's digestive system or your own. Some of its energy has already been used as fuel for your body. Farm waste digesters mainly process manure, although crops and food waste can be added to the mix. Farm digesters vary in size. The more cows or other animals a farm has, the larger the digester needs to be to handle all that manure. The leftover liquid from anaerobic digestion can be used to fertilize fields, and the solids can be used as animal bedding. And then there's municipal waste. That's like city wastewater. When we run our faucets or flush our toilets, the water, along with everything else, goes into the sewer and then to a wastewater treatment plant. Many wastewater treatment plants use microbes to break down the wastewater solids. That's poop. But the biogas is often burned off, not harnessed as energy. Some cities are trying to figure out how to convert all that energy into electricity. Some municipal digesters, like ours here in Eugene, no, that's wrong. It doesn't take it in Eugene. Sorry about that. The digester that we have at our place they're trying to make some biogas there and put it back into our system. And so you can find out more by searching on the web. There's lots of different websites that deal with this information. So in this way, you can discover the power of green energy.